Hey, my name's Eric and thanks for escaping normal life with me. I'm on the road for a full year in this, my teardrop trailer. I've been traveling for about 4.5 months now, and I've decided to share a couple things that I've learned on the road that have been certainly helpful for me. So here are my 7 tips for being a full-time solo traveler. Number 1, get familiar with a few travel apps. I use Campendium, iOverlander, Alltrails, Yelp, and WIFI Finder. Campendium is great for finding all sorts of campsites. You can search for free campsites, boondocking sites. You can look for just parking at places like Walmart. You can even check campsites that have good cell phone coverage. Read the reviews on each campsite, and it'll even tell you how good the road conditions are when you get there. iOverlander is another huge one. iOverlander will not only show you boondocking sites, but it'll also show you things like water locations, laundry facilities, hotels, restaurants. All sorts of things can be searched for in iOverlander. I primarily use it to find water, but you can use it for anything. Yelp is another huge one. I use it to find restaurants in the area, but you can use it to find banks, stores, anything really. If you're outside all the time traveling, there's a good chance you're out doing some hiking. So Alltrails is another great app to be familiar with. With Alltrails, you can do searching for hikes based on length, difficulty, if you want something with great views, if you're trying to find some hot springs. Alltrails can narrow down your search by whatever you want. I recently used it to find this great trail over in Arizona, just past the Hoover Dam. It had hot springs and amazing views. Highly recommend Alltrails. WiFi Finder is another terrific app. As the name implies, it helps you find anything in the area with local Wi-Fi. Hotels are a big one, but also you may find Wi-Fi at a coffee shop like Starbucks, McDonald's, restaurants, you name it. Wi-Fi Finder will help you find it. Number 2, pick up these essential car supplies. If you're gonna be solo traveling, I would strongly recommend get a battery jumper. This Noco Boost Sport is a lithium-ion battery jumper. It has a built-in reverse polarity protection, built-in flashlight, and USBs to charge your phone or your tablet. Pick up a portable air compressor. You never know when you may need it on the road. This one is great because it uses 12 volt to plug directly into the car. I also keep a can of Fix-A-Flat in the car, just in case. Number 3, have a backup plan. Have a second set of keys in case you lose your primary set. I keep a second set always on hand, and my family and friends know where it is in case anything was ever happened to me. You don't want to get locked out of your car or rig and not have a second set of keys. Have more than one way to charge your phone in case your primary one stops working. For me, I have the solar panel on top that's constantly charging the main battery in my trailer, and that's my primary source for charging my phone, my watch, my laptop. Now to make this happen, you're gonna need a power inverter. A power inverter is gonna convert the 12 volt battery system from your trailer into 120 volts so that you can charge your laptop. I have 2 power inverters by Bestek. I have a 200 watt that I keep in the car for smaller electronics, and I have a 500 watt that I keep in the trailer for all my big stuff. This little portable power bank by Mophie is compact, so it's easy to stow away, and it can give me a whole nother day of use out of my phone. It's also great to throw in a bag when you're hiking. When you're picking out a couple campsites for the night on iOverlander or Campendium, choose 2 or 3 of them. I can't tell you how many times I picked out a campsite on there, and then I got to the first one and ended up not being what I thought. Whether it was too packed, maybe the road getting there was too rocky, maybe they had too much shade to charge my solar. Whatever it is, have a couple plans around the area that you know you can get to. And as a bonus tip, make sure you get to your campsite early so you can scout it out, especially when you're out here on BLM land where the road can get a little rocky. Number 4, know your limits. This can go a lot of ways, but primarily don't push yourself when you're out on hikes. Know how far you can get and make sure that you can always get back to the trail. Just remember, wherever you hike to, you're probably gonna have to hike back to get back to your car. So know how far you've gone, use Alltrails again. I actually use my Apple Watch, which is another great way to tell me how far I've gone, and have plenty of water with you. Don't be one of these people on the news that gets out there hiking and a few hours turns into a few days, and the next time they see you, they find you being raised by wolves. Know your limits with your rig as well. Whenever you're taking your rig out into rural spots to camp, make sure that you scout out the area first. Know that you can get your rig in and out of it safely. Don't just start venturing down a road all by yourself and then get into a spot where you can't turn around. Number 5, cooler tips and tricks. So I chose a cooler over a Dometic fridge because of the power consumption that our fridge is gonna use. I can go about 5 days before I have to fill up ice, and I get everything I need in there. But here's some good advice to make sure the food inside that cooler lasts even longer. Put all your food into bags, that way it takes up less space. Whenever you get any kind of meat or anything at the grocery store, they usually come in a little bit bigger packaging. So I get rid of that packaging out in the parking lot, I put everything in Ziploc bags, and I go ahead and put my marinade in there at the same time. So that way the marinade's working right into the foods I'm gonna eat, and it's gonna taste great later on. I keep my ice in the bag to keep all the ice together. This way all that cold ice stays right next to each other and just feeds off each other, and it lasts a little bit longer for you. And obviously, you want to keep your cooler in the shade as much as possible. Number 6, live outside your comfort zone. So you're traveling all alone. Well, there's no reason to act like it. Talk to neighbors when you're at a campsite if you have anybody around you. Explore areas and cities that you might not have explored in the past. When you're living outside your comfort zone, sometimes you also have to shower outside your comfort zone. My primary way of showering is my road shower, which means, yeah, I have to get naked outside. Number 7, not everything is gonna go your way, whether you're living in a city or living on the road. Weather is gonna be a huge contributing factor, so you're gonna have to be a little patient with it at times. Also, things are just gonna break, so know that you may get stuck in a place for a little while, and that's okay. You're traveling. And be patient with your environment. If you're traveling full time, you most likely have the benefit of being able to slow down and really enjoy where you're at. There's been plenty of days I've woken up and said, you know what, today's gonna be a lazy day for me. I'm just gonna stay here and enjoy the view. Well, there you go. Those are my 7 tips for being a full-time solo traveler. They've helped me, so I hope they help you. Thanks for escaping normal life with me.